This podcast actually really means a lot to me. Actually, it's all about a good friend of mine and his autistic daughter, and a great lesson that she's just been able to teach us all about. If you're ever nervous in business, there's one little thing you need to do. Let's get stuck in right now, so all of us can learn from this amazing little girl. So I'm going to get stuck straight into this podcast. It's something that means a lot to me. One of my mentors, his daughter actually she's on the spectrum, and she has a whole lot of challenges that go along with this. And she's just the most amazing person, amazing kid. And there's so much that a lot of us have been able to learn from her over the last 10 or 11 years of her life. And so I don't want to identify her or anything like that, so I'm going to try and keep names out of this. But it's a really important lesson that we're able to learn from her in the last few months at the start of the year. So a little bit of a quick little backstory, because it's so powerful to be able to learn from her this exact situation for us in business. Because let's be completely honest, all of us in business get nervous at times. All of us walk into a seminar that we may feel like we're not as well prepared for as we could be, or maybe we get ourselves into a situation where we feel that we're about to work with a client that we're not as have a really good relationship with yet, or some really challenging, complicated situations that we're trying to work with and deal with. We get nervous, and yes, there's stresses involved, and there's good stresses and bad stresses and all this type of stuff. But ultimately, in the day, we need to understand and acknowledge the fact that we all get stressed at various times in business. And here's the key to what she's just taught us. Well, the backstory to this, I'd better tell you that bit first, is for the previous sort of 3 years or so, she has been traveling the world, and she's in a very fortunate situation where she's got a family that is quite well off and got a business set up that allows them to do a lot of travel. And as a net result, she's quite worldly. She's been homeschooled. She has nannies, and she does a really good job, and she's a really smart kid. Because obviously the coronavirus situation, they're now back here in Sydney, and it's only the early part of the year. It's only March right now, but she obviously has had to start a new school. And for the first time in, she's actually just started high school, and for the last, 3 to 4 years, she's been traveling and working in different international schools and homeschooling. And so as a net result, she's turned up to high school on the first day, and all of these other kids have come from primary schools and have turned up with a whole lot of friends that they know. So it gets to, break, like recess, and all of a sudden, all the kids that know each other and have been getting along and have got a relationship with each other, all of a sudden congregate together. And so all of a sudden it puts this young girl in an, I guess, awkward and nervous situation where she doesn't have a group. Like you've got the cool kids over here and the sporty kids there, and the kids from this school, or the kids that are playing the soccer team together. And you've got all these different groups. And so it left her very nervous and it's very confronting, let's be completely honest. So what she decided to do was she actually went, you know what? I'm going to actually replace being nervous with service. And what she did was she went around and she said to another kid that didn't seem to have any group or friends around, hey, do you want to be in the no group? And they went, sure. And then they went to the other kid and went, hey, we're in the no group. Do you want to join? And so she went around the playground and did that. And within a matter of minutes, she actually had 5 people that were all of a sudden in a no group. And for those that are watching this rather than listening to it just as a podcast, you'll notice that I've got a little bit of wind around, beautiful surrounds with my pool and everything here, because we are actually flooded in at the moment with the floods at the moment, so I can't have my usual office and surrounds, etc. Anyway, back to this. And so I nearly said her name. all of a sudden within a few minutes had 5 friends in this no group. And they were able to talk and engage. They all had their own stories and was able to take away the nervousness from all these kids first day at high school and replace it with feelings of calmness and stability and friendship. And when you think about it, that's really powerful, right? And it's a lesson that all of us should learn more and understand in business. Replacing nervous with service is what we've termed it. And that's what ultimately she did. She took her nervousness and went, no, I'm going to go and serve. I'm going to go and help someone. I'm going to lend a helping hand. I'm going to reach out and help other people. And as a net result, it empowers me, it empowers them, and it completely dispels any avenue around that nervousness. Now, when we stop and think about this, this is absolutely paramount to us in the health and medical industry. Think about how many times you might feel nervous about a crucial conversation that you need to have with a team member. What if we actually took that nervousness and replaced it with service, with how can I better help this person? How can I better implement such and such to help them achieve, etc. Right? Replace nervous with service. If we've got a presentation you're doing for the local oncology sufferers that are dealing with different cancer and an oncology support group, for instance, what if we actually took your nervousness and replaced nervous with service and walked in with the mentality of, rather than trying to sell or rather than trying to, promote yourself, etc., why don't we just walk in and basically take the attitude of, how can I help you? How can I serve you? What is it that I can say or do or provide that's going to actually be of massive benefit for you? Because that, in many respects, is everyone's jam. It's what we're all really good at. And so in the health industry, in the medical industry, this becomes really profound. And I'm super grateful to know this young girl. I spent time with her and her family and that over in Tokyo only about 2 years ago as well. I catch up with them all the time. So their place a little while ago over in Sydney on the northern beaches. And they're just the most beautiful people. She's the most beautiful girl. And she's had a profound effect on the way I engage. And there's times where I can get nervous. But again, sit there and replace nervous with service. Right now, I have to press the record button and be able to talk about this. And I know that I've done a lot of webinars, a lot of podcasts, a lot of live events, presented in front of thousands of people overseas at events and all sorts of stuff. But still, there's an element of nervousness when I need to perform or try and do the right things. But I take that mentality of replace nervous with service, knowing that when I press that record button, I'm in a situation where I can deliver service. I can help. I can go ahead and find out what people need and provide a solution. And when you do that, you gain confidence. You have that empowerment and you don't feel awkward. You don't have time to sit around and feel sorry or feel nervous or frustrated or unnervy about anything, because you're there to serve. You're there to deliver. You're there to help other people. And so think about all the times in your business, in your life, where you might have a little degree of nervousness. I challenge you right now, swap nervous with service. It's a really simple mindset change for you in so many avenues, every day in your life, personally and professionally. Let's flick it around and replace nervous with service. It will make a massive difference to you business-wise, your growth-wise, the ability to walk in and pitch a big program in the corporate industry or walk into a big group and help out people. Maybe these people have got a lot of mental challenges and are quite a challenging demographic of clients to work with. Well, that's okay. Again, don't go in nervous, go in with a service mentality. And so I challenge you to do that in your business. Do that with your team. Do that in your life right now. And you too will get the beautiful lessons from this little girl that's helped out myself and colleagues just like myself achieve more, have more impact, and move forward from there. It's a feed-forward scenario, replacing nervous with service. It's absolutely amazing. Go and do it. Love to hear how well it goes for you. And I'll talk to you again very soon. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.